Hi everyone, this is Jake Kruger. Welcome back to Blind Faith Week 24. This week I'd like to talk about kind of planning for the future and what we need to focus on. We spend a lot of time thinking about the future and what we want to do in our future, but we also have to remember that it's all in God's hands. If you're getting stressed out because you don't think something's going to work in your future, you have to remember, don't dwell on it. God will help you figure it out. Pray to God, work hard, and all the pieces will fall into the correct spots. God will help guide you to the right place, where you need to be, what you need to do, as long as you trust in Him. You have to make sure you open your ears, listen to the messages He sends you, and be ready to accept what He tells you, because God's got a future plan for each and every one of us. He's got something that He wants us to do. He knows what that we're in what we should be doing and stuff. It's our job to fulfill God's plans and make sure that we're actually teaching others about God, making sure that we are doing God's work, making sure that we're not going off the path and becoming greedy or uncaring. We have to make sure we're always caring for other people. Love is the biggest gift God gave us. We have to make sure we love other people. We have to make sure that you can gain other people's trust, because without trust, the love's not going to be there as strong. Nothing's going to be there as strong. So make sure that we are being trustworthy. We're telling the truth, that we are not stealing, not breaking other people's trust by doing anything. If they ask you not to do something, don't do it. As long as it's makes sense religiously not to do. Now, if they ask you not to pray, don't listen. You should still pray. There's moral right and wrong things to do, and God's given each and every one of us kind of that feeling of what's morally right versus what's morally wrong. I believe that every single one of us has access to this kind of almost like moral compass, kind of telling you which way is true, which way is not true. You even look at, the worst criminal knows that they've done something wrong, and they run after they do it. I believe even animals have this compass, because I even look at my dog. He does something wrong, like chews on something that he's not supposed to chew on. What does he do? He runs. He doesn't want to get in trouble with me and have me tell him not to do that and see it. He doesn't want me to see that he chewed on something. He wants to run. Where if he has a chew toy, he might still run, but he's playing. Where if it's something that he wasn't supposed to chew on, he runs and hides it quick, or just keeps going with it. So I believe everyone has this moral compass. Everyone knows you should do something or you shouldn't do something. When you're walking down the street, you see someone struggling to carry something, you should know that the right thing to do is to help them carry it. And most of the time, this might kind of get pushed away. So when you're thinking of the future, just follow your moral compass. Think of the jobs you're thinking about, and think of it. Is this something that God would want me to do? It's kind of like that question, is this something that Grandma would want me to do? Is this something that my mom would want me to do for a job? And just go with that for the future. And also, just don't dwell on the future too much, because remember, God's all in His hands. God's got plans for each and every one of us. And you're going to hit bumps no matter what. And you're going to have days that are more stressful, and you're going to think that you can never succeed, that you're stuck. And you need to just sit down and pray to God, ask Him to help you through the roadblock, and He will. Just remember, anytime you think of the future, anytime you're trying to figure out, if you want something, pray to God for it. Because God doesn't answer every prayer, because if He did, then our world would be a disaster, because some prayers aren't meant to be. But the prayers He answers, He answers for the right reasons. He knows your heart and why you're asking for that. If you're asking for something and you don't have the right reasons, you might not get it. God wants us to come to Him, and He wants us to do stuff for the right reasons. This is Jake Kruger, Blind Faith Week 24. Thanks for watching. Remember, I got that email account. Email me any ideas if you want me to talk about anything that you want to hear about, or just have any questions or anything, it's jkruger.blindfaith@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. See you all next week.